You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right. Well, welcome to our very first podcast with the Outdoor Realm. I'm Joe Fellmeth. I've got Scott Cowden here and Gavin Whitney. Like I said, we're getting into our first podcast here. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we're about and what our focus is. So we're the Outdoor Realm. I started a YouTube channel back in 2018. I was watching other people's podcasts or other people's YouTube channels and hunting and all that sort of stuff. And I thought it'd be pretty cool if I started something like that. So here we are doing a podcast now, and I've been doing it for 2 years. But our main focus is it's outdoorsy kind of stuff, but mostly on hunting, fishing, and camping, with a major emphasis on hunting. All three of us are big hunters. So between the three of us, we got quite a bit of experience here that we'd like to share with you guys. So, with that said, I think we can talk a little bit about, I don't know how we got to know each other, maybe
Yeah.
Well, we all started. I met Gavin right before I met Joe, pretty much. So we all started working together at our jobs and started talking, and we just decided, you know what, we're going to jump in with them and do this crazy thing that he's got going on, and here we are in my head.
I remember that night we had that conversation, actually. Because we were both interested in doing the podcast and stuff. I was like, well, why don't we just do it?
Yeah.
So
We're trying to make this as much of just our normal conversations we have in our free time at work or outside of work, and share it, because we all would sit there and say, you know, man, it was something we really wish we could tell everybody else or have people watching us when we're talking about this stuff, because we did give out good information to each other, you know, and I know somebody out there probably wants to hear it too. So.
yeah, we had some really good conversations, and we're actually a couple of times we were like, well, we should have been recording this the whole time.
Yeah.
Now hopefully we can bring this to you guys and the people listening and watching the video. Get you some good info out there for you. You can learn something. That I love listening to podcasts myself, so thought this would be kind of cool to share with everybody else. So, but yeah, we're just pretty much average guys here, and we've got full-time jobs. A couple of us have more than one job. Scott.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Three's the lucky number. Yeah. So,
but we just kind of want to share with you guys what our experience is like being working full time and having families and stuff, and still being able to fit in our outdoor passion, so to say. So, I think we'll just jump into then just introductions here. I guess I'll go first. But we're going to talk about a little bit of our own backgrounds and experiences here, just so you guys can get to know us a little bit. But like I said, my name's Joe Fellmeth. I started the channel back in 2018. I've been gun deer hunting since I was 12. Just started bow hunting recently in the last 3 years. I've been turkey hunting for 3 years now. Hunt doves, pheasants. I haven't done anything waterfowl wise, but I'm thinking about getting into that this year. I've been camping pretty much since I was a baby. So lots of experience with camping. I would consider myself a professional camper now, but not to brag or anything. And fishing, I like to focus mostly on largemouth bass. I like smallmouth too, and then northern pike. I'm trying to get into muskie fishing here too, since we do live in Wisconsin after all. So that's pretty much down and dirty on my background. Whichever one of you wants to go next.
I guess I'll go.
All right.
Well, Gavin Whitney. I started gun deer hunting when I was 12. Got into bow hunting when I was about 14. Kind of started off slow with that. Only hunted a few times a year. And then just the last 4 years, I'd say, picked up quite a bit. I've turkey hunted since I was 12. Just recently started getting into waterfowl. I used to go out west, prairie dog hunting, varmint hunting. You know, I kind of, if you can hunt it, I probably have. So, like fishing, huge bow fisherman. So, got a boat. Stay tuned for some videos on that coming shortly.
Yeah.
So,
getting to be that time.
Yeah, it's getting the boat's getting redone. So hopefully hopefully make some changes and get some more different content for you guys.
Oh, I can't wait to do that. I've never done it before.
It'll be fun. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn. I'm Scott Cowden. I don't know. I mean, my whole family has just brought me up. I think, like Joe said with camping, from like the time I was a baby, there's pictures of me with deer and pheasants and everything else. And I've gun hunted since I was 12. I turkey hunted a couple times. It's always been my issue hunting turkeys. I can never really get it done. So I'm hoping to learn from Joe a lot about that because he's really big into it. Bow hunted for probably 6 years now. I hunt a private land section up near the along the river there, the Mississippi. So it'd be middle western Wisconsin. It's a family farm we've had. That's where most of my hunting comes from. With our area we live in here too, a lot of waterfowl stuff. I have another group of friends that are they just live for it. So we've been hammering with them too. My big thing with this and what I want to take from Joe is a lot of the camping side of things. It's something I want to get into. I'm a new dad and I'd like to do something other than hunting with my kids or, fishing. That's another big thing. I've fished since I could cast a pole. I remember throwing, dead weights at buckets for 3 years and going out and learn how to fish. And I honestly, fishing it, I don't care what I catch. I just like to be out there. It's just something about being on the water. So
yeah, it's a good pastime.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
I'd say my big thing is obviously bow hunting and deer hunting. Those are the things I take a little more serious, but everything else is kind of just go with the flow fun. So
yeah.
Awesome.
So another thing we kind of want to talk about tonight is just kind of how we got into outdoor stuff. So we all have very different backgrounds as far as how we all got into it. And I've talked with a lot of people that are just started hunting. Actually, one of our other members just started hunting for the first time this year, for his first deer hunt ever. And there's, sometimes it's the way you're raised. Sometimes, that has a lot to do with it, honestly. If your dad hunted, there's a good chance that you've hunted. And if your dad didn't hunt, then it might be tougher for you to get into it. And that's why we're doing this right now, is reach out to people that are looking for information and areas to learn.
Yeah, I think a big part of this is like my goal here is to get people excited to do this, or to get people who don't have those avenues can get excited about doing it and wanting to try it. That's what I think the mission is too, in my head.
Yeah.
Not everybody's as fortunate as we were. To like me, I had people, like I said, I had a stepdad and a dad, and that's literally all we did, and I'm fortunate with the land and everything else that I get to hunt on. And some people aren't like that. And that's been my issue too, is like I'm trying to hunt all the public stuff now and trying to learn differently on how we do things. So it's good. It's good for people to have somebody to look into, not so much for always advice, but just passion. So,
Yep. Yeah, like Scott's been mentioning, he's been hunting private land for, I don't know how long, since they were 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've not really had that much opportunity to do, because growing up, we didn't have any private land to hunt, really. And pretty much all my experience has been on public land, which is a whole other game. And for most hunters out there who understand what it's like hunting on public land, it can be tough sometimes. But I don't know. I like the challenge. It's different. I have hunted private land since I've been married, and it's nice to be able to fall back to that. But there's nothing like getting out there in the woods and trying out new pieces of property. And we'll do more podcasts specifically on that topic. But I guess how I really got into hunting was my dad. I think he's a first generation hunter. I'm not sure if my grandpa did or not. He really got me interested into it, like Scott's saying, with like the passion and everything, just getting excited about things. My dad's really the one that got me into it. Took me through the hunter safety course and all that. Took me out in the woods when I was a kid with my 20 gauge shotgun, and pretty much taught me a lot of what I know about deer hunting and stuff. I'm third generation camper, I think now. That's like in my blood type thing.
Yeah.
And fishing's the same way. My dad got me into that too and taught me a lot of what I know about fishing. And I do things a lot the same way that he does.
Mm-hmm. You got quite the mix too, I think, right?
Yeah, I do. I was 6, got my first BB gun from my grandpa, and it was just all, I don't know, downhill or uphill from there, whatever you want to call it. But just the snowball kept on rolling. I mean, I got my first 22 when I was 8, started shooting from basically the time I could hold a gun. I was involved with my grandpa. My dad didn't hunt too much. He had some bad experiences and kind of discouraged him. You know, he was hunting public land, and, you know, he just kind of gave it up after that. But my grandpa really got me into it. And I've enjoyed it. You know, learning things every year. It's kind of nice. But, yeah, used to shoot trap. I mean, you know, the competition is, yeah. You know, I like the competition aspect of not only, you know, hunting and the challenge of, you know, an animal, but, you know, challenging somebody else. Like if we were to all go to a trap club or something or shoot sporting clays, you know, a little competition amongst ourselves, you know.
Yes. We
you know,
do
it's
that
crazy.
sometimes.
It's crazy too when, like Joe says, like would be like what, a second generation hunter.
Yeah.
You know, and I there's black and white pictures of my family. You know,
Right.
It's just crazy how, you know, if you look into today, there's a lot of people who lost that completely, where their family just stopped, and now it's just weird seeing people start, because it's always, you know, these people were always at the registration station and they get one every year, and those, and then there's that outlier guy, and like I just think of Joe as like that first guy where they're like, what is he doing? Well, he's
Right.
you know, he's getting after it on his own, or like, you know, him and his dad are, you know, that's just what I'm excited about this whole thing, is just seeing these different paths.
Right.
So
Yeah.
And I think that's good. You know, what Wisconsin does for first year hunters is they actually lower their licensing prices.
That's true.
You know,
$5.
right. I mean, it's
Can't
cheap.
beat that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a way to get new hunters involved, you know, get people interested in the outdoors.
yep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, that's what I got. I'm really excited about the camping stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
I'm like super excited.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that if you're not in a tent, you're not camping. So
Yeah. See, that's my problem, is like my family, every year it was always like RV or like pull behind. And it's like, I feel like I'm living in my house still.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel that real to me.
and there's nothing wrong with that style of camping. It's just
no.
for me,
But-
it's not appealing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, but Jimmy and his dad, they all go in the tent every year and they like rough it. You know, why do we like have to bring the queen bed with us? You know? So
Well, we do bring a like queen size mattress now.
yeah,
Got to make the wife happy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've only done that a few times, and I was like, I got to do this more, because this is way different. Waking up a little sore in the morning.
Sleeping under the stars is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. Oh, we'll definitely talk about that in the future here. But yeah, I think we got a lot of decent experience here between the three of us. And like I said, we just want to share with you guys as much as we can. We're going to keep this first one pretty short here. We're coming up on 15 minutes, but
Good intro here.
yeah, we just wanted to explain to you guys who we are and what we're about. So,
Yeah, I think we're all pretty excited too to get into this and
oh yeah,
start giving out information and
yeah,
actually recording these talks.
exactly.
We've been waiting so long to do this, getting everything ready.
Oh, it's been a few months now.
Yeah.
Since we started talking about doing this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably a good time to wrap this up.
Yeah.
And thanks guys for listening. And see you in the next one.